This is the Honor 200. And if you recall, we gave the Honor 90 a really good review. So you might wonder what happened to the Honor 100. And for some reason, Honor decided to skip the 100 series in the Philippines and possibly internationally, because I haven't seen it released anywhere else aside from China. So aside from the Honor 200, Honor is also bringing the Honor 200 Pro. The two are actually very similar, but there are small differences in the display and of course in the chipset, the Pro being much faster and much beefier. But the Honor 200 Pro has a depth sensor in the selfie and also a much more powerful main sensor. It uses the H9000 sensor, which is really the OmniVision OV50H. On the other hand, the Honor 200 uses a Sony 900 series as its main sensor. Both of them come with a Sony 800 series telephoto sensor with OIS. And by the way, the main sensor also has OIS for both the non-Pro and the Pro version. So aside from that, the 200 Pro comes with a wireless charging support. But for this video, we'll be focusing on the Honor 200, which is definitely going to be more affordable for most of us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the features of the Honor 200. So for the 200 series, Honor is collaborating with Harcourt Studio in Paris, France, which is supposed to be this very prestigious studio that really famous French actors and actresses take their iconic photos with, and they try to capture that with its camera system. So in order to do that, you just have to go to portrait mode. There's a dedicated Harcourt button there, and from there you will get access to 3 different modes. First, there's Harcourt Vibrant, which takes photos that are more natural or closer to what you would normally take with a non-filtered or non-processed mode. Next, there's Harcourt Colour, which actually simulates the iconic color grading that Harcourt is supposed to be known for. You might be more familiar with the term filter or presets in Adobe Lightroom, but basically it shifts the tones slightly so that there is more focus on the subject, and also it applies some kind of vignetting. And by vignetting, we're referring to the darker colors and edges which draw your eye to the subject at the center of the photo. Last, you have the Harcourt Classic, which is a black and white mode, and this is really good for capturing photos with a ton of textures and contrast. By shooting in this mode, it really brings out all of these details that are normally not really highlighted when shooting in colored modes. So what does this mean for you? All I can say is that if you find yourself taking photos of human subjects, could be yourself, could be people, other people, then this is something that you might want to look into. Now, if you're not into photography, I would consider this to be your upper mid-range smartphone, and from there, take a look at the specs, take a look at the features and the price, and make your decision from there. But with that being said, a lot of the AI features which Honor is highlighting has to do with using the camera. According to Honor, there are 3 main functions where AI is being used. The first being in the shadow and light enhancements. Honor has included neural network image processing in the pipeline from the time that you press the shutter button to the time that the final image is rendered, and this allows you to create images that essentially have better dynamic range. This allows you to capture photos with really dark or really bright spots and still retain a lot of detail. Now, the second function has to do with optical effect, and by this we're referring to bokeh. Bokeh is something that is achieved through a combination of hardware and software processing. According to Honor, their AI portrait engine allows you to create more realistic looking bokeh. For example, when you're capturing photos with a lot of noise or a lot of texture in the background, it can be difficult, or it can be challenging for the system sometimes to isolate the subject from the background. And Honor is claiming that their portrait engine improves on the capability to isolate the subject. The third function has to do with artistic style enhancement, and this is what we were talking about earlier with the Harcourt studio modes. A lot of this happens during post-processing, and my interpretation is that the images that you can create using the Harcourt portrait modes are much more pleasing and more realistic, as opposed to, say, taking a raw photo and then post-processing it using a image manipulation software such as Lightroom or Photoshop. This is all really made possible thanks to the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3, which comes with a improved or enhanced NPU or neural processing unit. Anyways, here are some more photos. Check them out and tell us what you think. Honor 200 at its core is really a upper mid-range phone. It comes with 12 gigs of RAM out of the box and 512 gigs of storage, which should be more than enough for your daily needs. It doesn't come with an expansion card slot, although it takes 2 nano-sized SIM cards, no 3.5mm audio jack, but hey, it has dual stereo speakers, and of course, the display here is really good. Maximum brightness of 4000 nits with PWM dimming rate of 3840 Hz. It uses an AMOLED panel with HDR support in YouTube and Netflix, so you will be able to enjoy HDR content on both platforms or both streaming services. Now for gaming, it also performs really well. We ran Genshin Impact in the highest mode as well as Car Exceed, and it was smooth. So we have a dedicated gaming video which we will be putting up on our YouTube channel. Just search for Tekuya and look for the dedicated gaming video for the Honor 200. Both the Honor 200 and Honor 200 Pro come with 5200 milliamp hours of battery, and you can charge at up to 100 watts using the power brick that comes with it. That's called Honor Supercharge. The only difference, as we mentioned earlier, is that the Pro version supports wireless charging at 65 watts. I forgot to mention that the Honor 200 Pro comes with IP65 rating. I don't think that the non-Pro version comes with IP rating, but I could be wrong, in which case we'll just update the description. But the Honor 200 comes in white, black, and cyan, and what I'm holding right now is the black. As you can see, it's very muted, so if you want something more attractive and more eye-catchy, I would suggest that you go with either the cyan or the white variant. So how much is the Honor 200 going to cost? In the Philippines, the price will be revealed at the live stream launch on July 17. We don't know the final prices yet. It hasn't been revealed to us at the time that we're shooting this video. But what we do know is that certain purchases of the Honor 200 and 200 Pro are gonna come with these shades for free. These are the JBL Soundgear Frames. It comes with built-in Bluetooth speakers. We don't exactly have the details, but we will update the description box as soon as we get more information on how you can qualify to get these shades for free. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions about the Honor 200 or the Honor 200 Pro, let's talk in the comment section. We'll be posting a bunch of other content on this phone on our YouTube channel. Just search for Tekuya and we'll see you guys there.